CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens Movement for Change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up Liberia. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity, CMC core values. CMC Global. It is a new day for Liberia. It is a new day for the people. Let's all together. Let's all together. It's a unity. Raise up your hands. CMC. The land of liberty, the land of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, yes, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, yes, for the people. CMC, yes, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, yes, 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 the time has come.
Okay, we want to say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wheresoever you are joining us this morning. We want to say thanks for joining. It's good that you are here this morning or this afternoon or this evening, depending on your location. So we can talk about the CMC agenda. This is the Political Lounge. We are here this morning from our end and want to say thanks for joining us. We await all our panelists to join us so we can have our conversation together. But again, we want to say thanks for joining. It's good to be here, and we look forward to having fruitful conversation surrounding the agenda of CMC and the way forward to our Liberian people and how we all can move Liberia forward together. So my name is Winston Cooper. So I'm here this morning and I'm joining you live this morning from Rwanda, Kigali. And we will be expecting Sis Grace to join us from the US and Ansu as well. And again, I can't confirm if we have been relay on the radio tonight, but it's good to be here. It's really, really good to be here. I think Ansu is there. I think we are relay on 2FN. So for those of you who are not following through social media, you are following through the radio this morning from where we sit. We want to say good morning from our end. And I think it's still in the night in Liberia. So we want to say good night from our end also to our viewers in Liberia. And Ansu, welcome. Comrade, how you doing? How's everything going?
Thank you, Winston. Thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah, trying to set up some things. I hope you're getting me. Thanks. Welcome to
Yeah, you good.
yeah, welcome to the platform again. Folks, welcome to the Political Lounge here on Truth FM 96.1 and also on Facebook. For those of you who joining us for the first time, this is your number one nighttime program here in Liberia, the Political Lounge, where we discuss national issues. At the same time, we definitely push out the CMC agenda on this platform, and also other training national issue. And back home here, we also discuss it on this platform. So good to be here. Let me say hats up to Winston, the rest of for the team. I hope that Madam Griggs and Dr. Richardson will join us if possible. But we got information that they may likely not be on the show tonight. She'll be on her way to the airport to receive the political leader for the citizen movement for change. Honorable Musa Hassan Benete, currently, who will be arriving in the US tonight. So our panelists, the diaspora team, the global chair and the diaspora chair, Madam Griggs and Dr. Richardson, heading the team again to receive the political leader. But Winston is here tonight, all the way from Rwanda. Winston again will say thank you, my brother. Good to have you on. Wonderful Thursday back home here. It's just that the weather changed a little bit this evening. This evening we started experiencing rain between six o'clock up to now. It's still raining, and it's about 11:20 yet, 20 minutes up to 12 o'clock. So this evening the weather just changed. We then started experiencing rain, so it's raining back home. Pastor said, good to have you on. Welcome.
Okay, so thank you. So, can you confirm that we are really on 2FM as well?
Yeah, the show is on. The show is on. It's on Truth FM
Okay.
and other feeder radio station at this time. They're always really, they are also carrying the program live. Like our sister station there in Nima County, we know that they should be carrying us live this tonight. And there are other stations connected to this program, especially at this time. So we do expect them at this time here to the program is on. But for Truth FM, it is live. We're live this morning or this evening because it's almost 12, so it's still we're staying to the ninth already. We haven't yet, crossed to the next morning. So we are live on Truth FM. We are here for now up to 1 o'clock Liberian time. So I know you're already ahead of us there in Rwanda.
Yeah, sure. So, Amsu, before we start the show, I think you spoke earlier on about the weather condition in Liberia currently. I think from where I sit as well, we have 3 seasons here, and it's kind of complicated to understand. But I think we are in rainy season. But our rain is not really like the way rain falls in Liberia. For our rain, even if we are in rainy season, it happens once in a while. So yeah, it's good to be here tonight to talk to the
Not like how
Liberian.
it raining back home yet, how it get rain heavy home, not how you guys experience. What kind of rain season is that?
No, it's not really like that. Our ring is not like the way it happened in Liberia. For us,
Okay,
you don't really
okay.
know it. The only time you get to know you are in rainy season yourself, maybe you get to understand the weather condition here. But sometimes, uh, a whole week rain will not fall while you are in rainy season. So now whole week rain will not fall just like that. But the only time you get to know you are in rainy season, sometimes the sun will be up, you just see rain falling, and just like that. It's really complicated to understand this part of Africa.
Why?
But it's good. It's good to be here tonight. And yeah, looking forward to
Why?
fruitful conversation. There are a lot of happening within the country right now. I'm sure you are not muted. So
Yeah,
there are a lot of happening in the country right
yeah.
now
I'm listening. Go ahead, my brother.
that basically we will be talking about here on the show. So
Yeah,
I'm sure, are you getting me?
yeah. I'm listening. You go ahead. Go ahead. You are clear, Winston. You are clear. All right. So we will. I think that. I think Winston is faced with a little bit technical problem from his end. Winston, are you on? All right. So, folks, you are listening to the Political Law Show on Truth FM 96.1. As I said, we have now tonight to discuss, and especially with the CMC political leader uh, currently in the US. Yeah, and this is going to be one of I think it should be his third or his fourth trip now to the United States. And I told you guys, I said it is important at this early stage to start networking, to start connecting. Very, very important because when you start connecting and you start networking at this time, that will give you much trouble when it comes 2027, 2028, or 2029. So you shouldn't wait for election time before you start to engage your people, maybe every part of the world. Liberians in the diaspora are play major role back home here. And many times I tell you guys, how? Do you know how many people survive on the family people abroad? Do you know? But Liberians home here, do you know how many people in the US have the family member back home? They rely on them. They survive on the people. You know how much? Do you know how much they send back here? So networking is important. I think this is why the CMC political leader, it just been fully engaged, engaging Liberians in the US, the other parts of this world. You go in Asia, you come in Sub in Central Africa, West Africa. Mr. ability is cutting across, engaging Liberians at this early stage, pushing his platform, his agenda to them. This is what I have. This is what I want to do for my people. This is what I'm doing for my people. I need the support of you guys. Networking, connecting. So I always tell people, I say it is important that at the early stage where you have the PL before I know this engagement to like with Liberians in the United States is very much important, very very much important because we all know how Liberians on our side they are contributing hugely to our people here. Everybody cannot do government job. Everybody cannot work in government. It's impossible for everybody to work in the government. It's very very impossible. Everybody cannot work in government. So if you think that everybody will work in government, no. A government cannot hold everybody. Government cannot employ everybody. Government cannot. Government can only create avenue. Job will be available. Government can only create an avenue that investors will come. More companies will come. That's what government can do. So if government fail to do that, what next happen? The people always fees, they now fees abandon. So people abroad can take the trouble. People abroad when you know how many family homes I rely on people abroad where they send in every kappa. They send every kappa back home here. They send everything back home to their family. So I just think that his early engagement in 2025 is going to build a very good foundation for himself. That's just what Musa going to do. Build a very good foundation for himself. Do a very good networking for himself. Make some good connection. In 2028, 2029, you will just see so many investors that are coming in to support him for his campaign. That's just how I know. So he will not be waiting for 2027 or 2029 to start going out to meet people, to start making his way on now. No, he will be home now, realize, after networking, making all his connection, everything. After doing all these things, you're going to make sure that people come back home to help him with his people. The Liberians, what this country is going through for the past years on 2, 3 different administrations, I think if our people, our leaders for the past had this country ready on their plate for serious business, I truly believe that by now this country can fire in every capacity, in every setup, the country are going to grow and develop. But I just think that people just have taken this country to be money is here, they could collect our own, they go run things, and after the 4, 5 years, we pack off. We saw you went off. Thank God you're back on.
Yeah, and so I don't know if my audio is okay now.
Yeah, yeah, the audio is better. You are clear. Very, very
Yeah,
clear.
I did not change uh my personal computer and to my working computer in order to have uh myself connected clearly. But it's good to be here tonight, like you have said already. And let me first and foremost say all those who are listening to us through the radio want to say welcome to this show. So basically, like you have said, it is about time that we consider bringing to power people who have had the connection outside there, people who can use their influence out of the country to bring the necessary development and opportunity that people like Liberia need. Like the PR is doing currently, he's building a network. Honorable Musa Hassan Ability is not just known in Liberia, he's known globally. So he's been paving the way for himself, making sure to do the necessary connection to provide the opportunity for the Liberian people. So I think it is about time that Liberian people have to rethink our decision to see how we can bring people to power, people who have had the necessary connection for themselves. So and also it's not just about people having a connection. It's also about people who have the mind to develop, to change the living condition of the people. If you look at the situation in Liberia today, you realize that uh, 80% of our population, they are into actual poverty. And the only way this can be changed is about having government that will provide the necessary need for the people. Government who will understand the struggle the ordinary people going through, and government who will prioritize the interest of the ordinary people. So I think it's about time that the Liberian people rethink. Let me just say this to you. I know we will go to our topic on a discussion. We will talk about critical issues, especially with the issue of the Liberian National Police that led to the sad taking away of another Liberian's life and all of that. We're going to talk about it on the show. But let me just say this. There are other countries outside there that are making huge progress in terms of development, in terms of attracting tourists, in terms of bringing investors. And those countries do not have the natural resources that Liberia is blessed with. But what set the difference is that the leaders, those leaders that we elect to represent us, especially the presidency, because I think when the executive is able to, you know, to make sure that ministries and agencies are well equipped and ministry and agencies are, are functional in terms of delivering on our services and all of that, and making sure that corruption is rooted out of Liberia, you're going to have Liberia being a better country because there are a lot of resources in Liberia that we can use. Let's take for example country like Rwanda. If you check on Rwanda, Rwanda does not have a resources. But by fact now, Rwanda is the cleanest country in Africa and one of the most developing country in Africa. They only depend on what the government, the kind of connection the government can build out there, what necessary opportunity the government can create for its citizens. And Rwanda hosts about 13 million population. And in the capital city itself, you have over 2.5 million Rwandese who are in the capital city. Just in the landmark, like Maserado County, that's how the capital city, not Maserado, but like Kakata, that's how the capital city look, as small as Kakata. But you have over 2 million people who are residing in the capital city. And government is able to steer the affairs of all the 13 million people within the country without resources. The only reason why those things are happening is because they elect people into executive power in the country who has the mind for the country. People, let's say, someone they elected somebody who has the mind for the country, somebody who want to see the country developing from one point to another. So I think Liberian people, we got to learn from other African countries. That's why when you see leaders from Liberia, when they come here, sometimes we have engagement with them, make them to understand the policy that different countries that are developing in Africa are running on, especially when it comes to the issue of leaders being accountable, when it comes to the issue of fighting against corruption. This country, as a developing country, depends on the taxpayer money in this country to run the affairs of the country. So Liberia can be a better place if we let people who have the mind with the necessary connection, the Honorable Musa Hassan ability to the presidency 2029, Liberia going to be a better place because the opportunity, job creation, accountability. I think we have all followed on Musa Hassan Belite, a consistent call for accountability. He have been calling on the House of Representatives to be audited. He have called for accountability. He has stood for the rule of law in the Republic of Liberia. And before a country can be run peacefully, one thing that should be taken into consideration is the issue of the rule of law. And this guy is on record, Musa Hassan Belete is on record for fighting for the rule of law. So it's about time that Liberian people understand and join us in the movement. And I just before I close out, I just want to say, I'm just enjoying how the momentum is growing on a daily basis. You saw the welcoming in District Number 4, Bon County, and you also saw the program in Nima County. You saw in Banga how in District Number 3 in Banga how the people turn up for the project and all of that. People consenting to this whole thing, and that's great for people of Liberia. And we look forward to working with everyone, regardless of your political affiliation, to make sure that our country can be improved on a Musa Hassan ability if given the chance 2029. And we believe that the Liberian people will reason, and this will be the best choice for the people of Liberia 2029.
You have just hit it, Winston. You said it all. And I told the guys, and I said, for me, I strongly support his early engagement because that brings in networking, that's bringing in connections. Thinking what this thing about thinking well people have when to wait maybe close to election time, and then before they start to engage our people, it's wrong, very wrong. So at this stage, Musa engagement and meeting that brings every part of this world, Africa, Europe, the United States, to share it, to sell the movement to them and tell them this is what exactly I'm doing. This is why I have on table. I need you guys support. I always tell people, I say, the step is good, and like today again, he's currently he will be in the U.S. Maybe 3 hours from now. You'll be landing in the United States again to attend another program and organized by Liberians there in Winston. And I say Liberians on that side, the whole country back here, the people in the diaspora, Liberians abroad are the one ready putting to these resources because they have the family member back home. If you tell you how many family members rely or depending on their family in the United States, you see half of the country people going all out of to stay. So I support the idea where going to them to tell them this is what I have. I need your support. In a way, we should you are supporting me by taking the phone and calling back home to tell your relative, to tell your family member that please, I'm into this process. Musa is into the process, so you're giving the support. And so as I said, the step is good, and I want to wish him all the best. Indeed, again, as he made another trip to the United States again, there to push out the CMC, the movement agenda again to Liberians on our side. I want to wish him all the best. Safe, be safe in the US. So
Yeah, and
uh,
so let me just
yeah,
close up on that. I think you raised a critical point here. Let me say, Henry, how are you? How are you, comrade? Yeah, you
Yeah,
muted,
I'm,
Henry.
yes. I think you get me. I'm okay. Good to have you on. Just a day before the weekend presentation. It's always good to have you on. Many thanks to you for holding the ground alongside also.
yeah.
So I've been following this call very lengthily. So let me say thank you to you guys. Even though or two interjected with me are not here tonight, but we still hold the ground. Men moving, men dropping.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna actually replace them tonight. So Henry just raised a critical point here. One of the reasons why you see the diaspora community is solely engaged with this CMC thing is that, Henry, the only time you got to understand that this country, our people in Liberia suffering. The only time you got to know that the country is not moving forward at all is when you leave the country and be outside there, understanding what is going on in other country and comparing it back to your country. You got to understand that this country is not moving forward. So that's why we have come together in the diaspora. We have reconsolidated our efforts to call on our brothers and sisters back home. And don't get it wrong. You have over, let's take East Africa for an example. You have over 4 to 5 thousand Liberians who are in East Africa. And most of them will be returning home by 2029. And
Exactly.
the essence of providing that support, the essence of calling on or choosing the CMC as the best alternative is because the CMC have proven, or the political leader have proven to the diaspora community how reliable he is when it comes to delivering on services. Like, for example, you see the kind of massive development, you see the kind of road connection, you see the opportunity provided by him to the Liberian people. It have moved the diaspora community to call on our brothers and sisters back home and say, you know what, we are seeing something in this guy, because the very same thing this guy is doing is what we are seeing in other countries. So it's about time that we all put our hand together and push this guy forward. And this is a different game. He's not coming with what we have been observing before in the Liberian Valley politics, where politicians will come to us. We have to give them the power first before they embark on major projects, before they take major decision in the interest of the country. But this guy, he's doing exactly what he's going to do when he's been given the chance to serve as the president of the Republic of Liberia. He has started the road connectivity. He has started speaking out for the Liberian people, speaking on ills in society, calling for accountability, speaking for the rule of law. So I think we who are in the diaspora, we have understood clearly that this guy giving the opportunity to this to Honor Musa Hassan Bedete 2029 to serve as the president of the Republic of Liberia. There will be huge changes. That's why you see we all are reconsolidating our effort in the diaspora to make sure that we can support Honor Musa Hassan Bedete and the agenda of the CMC. So it's just clear. I just wanted to clarify that from what Ansu was saying about the diaspora community.
And just in relation to that, Winston, to tell you that when the PL comes to power, he will do more than this. You know that this guy, he does not really sleep. Winston, you know what it takes? The whole last week, the mail in, the other candidates, need to go to school and just keep the engagement active. From one point to another, just like Ansu said, in a few hours from now, you'll be in the US. You know, so there's a leadership with extension. It will not be something wherein it will just be about Liberia, because it will interest you to know that each and every one that you find within the US today, they got their family here. They got whole family dealing with, right? And then here is it. What's the importance of going to the US every time? So I like be very concerned. Why? Why you think today when we get a situation where we feel we cannot handle, we won't go into the US embassy because we feel we'll go there, and, we'll get how you call it, or get to the US embassy, it means the problem will be resolved. That means to say when it comes to our country, the American government they play a key role. So we do nothing without them. So that's why in keeping the engagement active with America, even Labrador, see what it's doing now, going to the continents, building schools, building bridges. Some of the bridges have been down for years. Government have come after government. They don't see these things. You go, to the inside part of these contents, play what people are already thinking that, change will come there. You go about doing these things. That's history. The best thing you do now, think about yourself. Say, it may not be me today, but the children, I'll be having, what they stand to benefit? What they stand to benefit? Ask yourself some of these questions. So you're not just worried wherein problem is a political sit down over 2028 and do the normal campaign, right? The way they all be, trust me, 2027, 2028, you see a lot of political parties. He has the power to do that. But he said, no, let's work at the early stage so people will know that exactly when we come to power, we'll do more than this.
Mhm.
So many people are also concerned why the early engagement is necessary. So that means that we are changing the dynamics, the style of politics, it's changing. Nowadays, when I said we were 2028, they will be coming, telling the people, when you pour there, we'll do this. We are doing it when you pour this, we'll do more. That's what it means. Eh, right now, trust me. You'll say, oh, one of these days we start on the platform now. I will tell you.
Mhm.
2028, 2029, right between that, you see a lot of political parties. Mr. Billy has the power to sit down to and wait for that team time. So what's changing about the political arena? Nothing is changing. So this time around is a different formation to tell you that when you put me there, I will do more. I will do excellent. I will overdo because now the money you're getting, you could say to them, maintain yourself, maintain your family. But you say, no, let me get involved in the politics. How many concession agreements you don't see that man signing? No, he does not care about these things. He know that all of these things will help to harm the country. All of them going out there, they signing another agreement with other place, with few companies within their sector or better still in their contexts. They're going about another agreement with him. You don't run for these things. He's now a man when it comes to financial issue, like a problem. No. He said, let me get involved with the little I have. Let me start to spend it ahead of time. So that
And
means to say, don't know now.
yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah,
Henry,
good.
and Henry,
Yeah.
you just raised a good point there. You said, I love your analysis. Why is it that Honorable Musa Hassan Bedite is now waiting for 2028 or 2027 or 2029? That's what can normally happen to our Liberian polity.
Yes.
Whenever after election, what we expect as electors, we expect politicians to be coming back to our 2029 or the end of 2028. These are things we can be expecting. So I think this time around, Honorable Musa Hassan Belete have introduced something different. He have changed the narrative. Like I said, this is just about new record setting and changing the political, the ballot politics in our country as to how people should engage themselves with the electorates. It's not about quick impact project. It's not about waiting for the dying meeting to bring the 1 or 2 cent and get the vote of the people. It's about how consistent you are with the people, how connected you are with the people, how you are open up to the people, how accessible you are to the electorate. That's why he are proving so far. And this man he is a sitting lawmaker. He still have about 4 more years to go.
Exactly.
And this guy, he's not sitting down to say, what, I'm going to reserve all of my resources and wait for 2029 to go there in the market and to go on a political battle and just spray money around here to get a vote of the people. He said, no, this is not the way politics should work in Liberia. I think politics is about understanding. This thing is about understanding the challenges of the people and being there for the people, being able to change the lives of the ordinary people who vote those different leaders of power. This is why he have changed this whole thing, understanding the fact that you know having fine to market rule contribute a lot to the economic growth of the country. You know, impacting young people, it helps to set another good generation to take over the country, being able to helping all other sector that being able to be there for the medical people, being able to be there and every sector of life within a country is going to impact, is going to help to move the country forward. And one thing that I sometimes when I sit, I reflect on, I say, but this is a mature, political day for the CNC work, because we are not just criticizing. I think I've said this on this show. We understand the politics and we do it in a mature manner. We understand that if this government fails, if the Joe Biden government fails, the people of Liberia will suffer. So what we do as a mature political party, as a mature politician, what we do is that we visit the people, listen to the different complaints of the people, understand the different challenges the people are facing, and then we flag it out. And we don't just flag it out, but the political leader also intervene and do the needful for the people. You know, he intervene and do the needful for the people. Like if you go to Bon County, one of the historical bridges is about to be built. The groundbreaking, we all saw it, how the people attended and how appreciated the people were to the political leader. And we haven't seen a whole lot of development going on in the country by this movement, by the revolution team. You see how the diaspora community is being engaged. You see how the PL is being consistently engaged with the diaspora community. So, Liberian people, let me tell you today, it is about time that we understand that we need the problem in Liberia right now. It's not about the resources we have. We have the resources already. We just need somebody who can move out there and find the rightful people who will come and invest properly. The Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete, people who have the network outside there, and not just having a network, people who are accountable to public spaces that they have been trusted with. Someone who will be willing to put all his ministers who are working at the will and pleasure of him, who will be able to put their feet to fire, to be accountable for whatever decision they take for the Liberian people. I think it's about time that we understand that Honorable Musa Hassan Belete is doing the needful. And CMC is not just sitting there to criticize the other political party been doing. Our being opposition, we are productive and progressive opposition. We're not just criticizing this government, but we also helping the livelihood of the Liberian people. This is why a responsible a political party who holds the people at heart can do. And this is what we are doing. A political party who understands that the lives of the people need to be changed. This is what it does. So at the end of the day, we need to understand that CMC is the way it comes 2029. And this is why I believe, Henry, I believe that with the clear picture of what we are seeing, where this party is bringing together people who have helped one way or other in Liberia, this party is bringing together professionals. This party is bringing together patriots, people who believe that Liberia needs to be better than the way it is. I believe that the Liberian people themselves are understanding how things are supposed to go. So at the end of the day, trust me, the Liberian people, they are now understanding that we need to work together. This is why you see everywhere the PL go, people turn up. When the PL went in Lofa County, when the PL go in Lofa County, when I saw the press release that the PL will be going Lofa County on a county tour, I was kind of scared. I said, but this is where the sitting president of the Republic of Liberia from. And you got top government officials who are working in ministerial position. Sure. They are from this county. How the PL is going to do this other visit? But I was so shocked to see the kind of reception and the warm welcome the PL received. The people came together. This is why it shows that we want our politicians to come to us after the election. We want them to come to us so we all can be able to work together to move our country forward. That's why you saw in the faces of people who work on the PL. There were one work on recession, and when he went to Bronx County, the same thing happened. Nima County, the same. With all of the fight against him in Nima County, with all of the fight against him in the country by the executive, because he had become the number one threat to the government. A political party that came to establishment barely, 6 or 7 months ago, it had become a number one threat to this government. At the end of the day, the government is going after him with everything. But in the midst of all that, the Liberian people still standing by the PL. So it shows that the message we are preaching is resonating with the electorate, and they are not just sitting there. They are also showing it by their actions and by the way they are responding in terms of working with the PL and all of that. So I just want people who are in Radio Land to understand this is not about us. This is not about a political party. This is not about an individual. This is about the prosperity, the progress, and the peace we want to see in Liberia. We want to have a Liberia where a police officer or the police department will use reasonable force or reasonable forces to arrest Liberians. We want to have a Liberian society where the police will be independent. The security sector of our country will be independent to protect lives and property regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of your opinion as a Liberian. We want to have a Liberia where on Musa Hassan Bedete, where the security sector will be very independent. This is the kind of Liberia we want to have. And we want to have a Liberia where
all government officials, all government employee will be accountable for their action. This is what we want to see. We don't want to have a Liberia where minister will go and rape. At the end of the day, because of partisan, because of party line, it will just go as a fiasco. We don't want to have a Liberia that will be like that. We want to have a Liberia where will protect the lives, will protect women and children. The children deserve better. So it's about time that we understand that CMC is the way, and CMC is committing to everything that is going to help to move our country forward. That's why we have started this. We are not just making empty promises. That's why we have changed the political narrative. We are not just making empty promises, but we are setting the standard and we are working towards the progress of our country. So, Henry, if you want to say something, I could just, yeah, Henry, if you want to say something, I could hear you out because I don't want taking all of the time and just keeping you guys back there.
Yeah, so we start. I don't want to say nothing much again. So maybe if we get another topic, we're gonna go to it. But the PO is actually demonstrating what he will do if he's been, when he's given a chance, to lead his country. If he's given a chance, he's actually showing what he's gonna do. It's not about empty promises. And at one point you swear is that we want to see a Liberia where he will not see the police and the citizen in a fight. Yes, that's another thing. We don't want to see our country like that. One of the key functions of the police is to protect life and property. But here is it, you as an officer, you are there harming life, right? And then when you go into an argument with, when ordinary citizens do certain things, apparently you hurt your friend and then blood waste. When you go to the police station, will tell you say it is against the state to waste blood. But here is it, police in a fight with a citizen. So my question there is that if a blood having to waste between the two, what's going to be the interpretation? How would you interpret that? Office of the law, instead of you protecting life, you're destroying your fellow citizen life. They are citizens like you. The only distinction there is that you are wearing your uniform and they are in their color clothes. So you see that? So how you gonna be that? So many a time I be like sitting and thinking about some of these things. I say, well, where are we heading to? How we want a good country when citizens still going to fight or police still fighting citizens? How that works? Are we trying to break barriers? We are not breaking anything though, because the life is supposed to be saving you. How many life? You're fighting your life. There's no second thought. There's no second thought. For the fact you are carrying that badge, that flag, you know, you should work in accordance. You should work according to the law. Because before you left that barrack, but many times I see some of these things, wisdom, some of these people, they don't go for the training. Somebody just hold their hand and bring them. Let's go. So there's no ethics, because at times some of these people you will take oath not to go against anything, but they don't care. They do it just like the way they see it. You policeman, you got quick temper. How that works? You policeman, you got quick temper. You get thousand charges against an individual. So they will tell you one thing, and then you feel angry. You see yourself as a common citizen. So when you bring people that must have some ability to the presidency, some of the things are going to change. You work with professional people who know the job, people who know what exactly to do for the benefit of the country. So it's a whole tough thing. It's a process anyway. It's a process we are into it, and we'll get it one of these days. We're done very soon.
And yeah, that's right, Henry. While we are still waiting for Ansu to bring our next topic, because Ansu is the one coordinating the show tonight. But I
Yeah,
just want to say that um, one thing I have realized is that what we are doing in Liberia, our different activities in Liberia, our daily affairs as a country, there are other people outside of the country who are watching those different activities. Like I have one of my I have one of my friend. We were doing course together before. At which time, there was a riot between the police force and that of the armed forces of Liberia, not the armed forces, but and that of the the army in Liberia, or the soldier in Liberia. So when there was a tussle between the two security forces, people out of the country, they were following the different situation and all of that. So I had one of my classmates before that we were doing course together, and he asked me, Winston, how is the situation back in your country? I was kind of like asking him, what kind of situation are you talking about? And he was telling me the situation involving the police and the army people fighting against one another, people who supposed to be protecting the lives of the ordinary people in your country. So I was kind of shocked. And he was telling me, Winston, this is a very bad image for your country. You cannot have the police and the army going against one another. At the end of the day, who will be there to protect the lives of the ordinary people? And those things should not be happening. And I think the only reason why these things are happening is because, the kind of leadership we are having in the country, especially the executive, the way they have been coordinating or conducting the country. I think it's not fair enough to the Liberian people. So I was kind of shocked to see that people out of the country following the activities of Liberia, especially where you have the police going against the army. Situation that put the lives of the Liberian people in a chaotic situation. You got the two security forces fighting against one another. Who is going to protect the lives of the people? So I was kind of concerned when you raised that issue to me. But anyway, Ansu, thank God you are back, and let's go to our next topic. Why we wish the PL a very safe trip to the US. I know people keep asking on ability keep why is he keep visiting the US and all of that. There are a lot of different groups in the US that have been inviting him for program, been inviting him to go and be able to explain the manifesto of the CMC. So I think this is a boost for us. The fact that the diaspora community also play a huge role within the governing process of our country, especially when it comes to electoral process, because the people in the diaspora have their own family in Liberia. They can recommend political party to in terms of making decision and all of that. So the fact that our political leader have been placed on the spotlight by most of those different groupings in the diaspora is also a plus for us. And I wish him all the best as he's on his way to the US this morning from my end. We wish him all the best, and we pray and hope that he will return safely after the program, and the message of the CMC will be able to resonate with their Liberians in the US. And I think the PL will also be considering, coming also in East Africa when the time is right, to also be able to talk to the Liberian community here, to have engaging conversation with them, to explain or to also make them informed about the agenda of the CMC. But Ansu, it's all back to you. Let's go to our next topic. Let's see how we can make progress from here. Thank you.
Thanks again, Winston. Thanks for the information to our people. You said it all, and we wait to our ears will be glued to the radio. Eyes will be very sharp on the internet to follow all the happenings. The political leader, the CMC political leader engagement in the United States. So we are here, and we have our Saturday up already to make sure that we can pick up every movement and activities there in the United States. So we move on to a lot of this happening back home here, and we did experience yesterday. We talked about um, the police, yeah, and we discussed about the police and citizen, engagement. And it was good. The IG himself came out in a press conference where he talked about the police and the citizen now for the reason what occurred uh, in the Cocotan Bell, where I think this guy was mentally stable, and, he got involved with few police officers. Three got wounded, and one was forced to discharge his arm, and which led to the the death of the suspect. So the police RG had a next press conference, and he talked to the Liberian people on the police engagement with the citizen. You know, when someone been complaining on this thing for a couple of weeks now.
Good evening to all.
Yeah, in recent time, it has been too bad for us. In recent time, the internet has been very, very busy with Liberia, especially Liberian citizen against state security, their own securities, state security, and the citizen involved into serious fight with have been on the social media for a couple of weeks. Especially as I say, in recent time, it has just been back to back, and which have been give a very ugly signal to our country, seeing our people, our state security with that badge, and you see them, the security officer and the citizen in the fight. The man was there to protect life and property, and the very same police officer in which our own people can run to. Because sometimes I ask them, I said, but if the same police officer that can cause, the same police can, you can sell the West things. Just now, we walk out to your place, or if something happens, it's the same police you're going to go to. So things are not doing a very professional way. That's part we know it. The police will have some rotten apple. There'll be some guys there, yes, and we know there'll be some rotten apple there. But at least, man, let's try to respect state security. So this mentally stable guy somewhere in the Conkertown Belt.
Did you say stable or unstable?
Mentally stable, mentally unstable. So I
Unstable,
think
yeah. He was
yes,
mentally unstable.
he should be suffering from some kind of sickness or something.
Yeah.
Certain thing, or if he faced it because I did listen to one of the Boston or later what they said, that something normally that happened to the guy, and sometimes he would just want to be by himself. Sometimes he go 2 weeks, sometimes he go 3 weeks, sometimes he go for a month. He would just want to be by himself, and so that's his normal sickness. So, and they too were asking about how police got involved, and how the police, almost like maybe somebody informed the police that this guy, he's not too well, but his current condition he's in, maybe the public is not the public is not safe to this young man, so we need the police to come in. We see this man with arm, with qualities, with knife, with weapon and other stuff. So we need the police to come in to help us, to get it. It was what some people were just thinking, because a man who is not well, and how the police got to him, how the police reached out to him. So they got, they started to think maybe people call and said this man is not well, and maybe disturbing the community. Maybe the community is not too safe for this guy, especially looking at his appearance. So let's get the police involved so the police can take him from here. But the IG spoke in the program, a press conference that listened to Gregory Common addressing the media after the incident.
Good evening to all. This brief is about officer involved shooting following multiple stabbing incident in the Congertown area. On October 8, 2025, at approximately 14:58 hours, the Liberia National Police radio room received a distress call reporting that a police officer had been stabbed multiple times near the OLACC building in Congertown. Responding officers identified themselves as police officers and ordered the suspect to surrender. After repeated verbal commands were ignored, officers attempted to breach the door. The suspect charged with a cutlass, striking and deeply wounding a second officer. The wound was still on his arm when he raised his hand to protect his head from being hit with the cutlass. A third officer intervened and successfully disarmed the suspect of the cutlass, unaware that the suspect had a concealed knife tucked in his pants. The suspect then stabbed the third officer in the thigh and attempted another thrust towards his abdomen. Facing an immediate mortal danger and in accordance with LMP use of force continuum. One of the officers discharged his service weapon, instantly neutralizing the threat and preventing further harm to his colleagues. The suspect and the injured officers were all rushed to the JFK Medical Center, where one officer remains in critical condition. As we speak, he is undergoing surgery, and following the emergency treatment, the suspect was pronounced dead. The Liberia National Police deeply regrets this tragic incident and extends heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family and urges the public to remain calm while we keep the injured officers in our prayers. We have initiated a comprehensive investigation to establish all the facts surrounding the incident because this is it's in line with our institutional accountability. The Professional Standards Department has been mandated to review the officers' actions to ensure that the officer-involved shooting team conduct their full assessment in compliance with LMP use of force policy and the professional standards conduct. Once again, I'm calling on the general public to kindly remember the injured officers in their prayers, as one of them is seriously fighting for his life. It's been less than 10 days that we've had series of attacks on police officers. It is becoming an issue of concern, and we're asking the public to desist. Over the next week, we'll be conducting some sensitization of the rules of the police and also sharing our use of force continuum with the general public. What we do is to come out and sacrifice our lives for the state. It doesn't give anyone the right
So I think
to
it's enough from
assault
here now
any
to
peace
give
officer. We have to face the families of these people on a daily basis, to give them the sad news of their loved ones who are consistently being injured and sometimes killed on the job. I think the police continues to play its part very well in a democracy, and if we must rebuild trust, it has to be with mutual consent. While we're trying, we're asking the public to understand and respect the badge and honor the flag. As we go to bed tonight, I ask that families should think about the
Yeah. So and just Winston, just key things I just took from the IG, what he talk about, you know, in the next maybe weeks for now, next few weeks for now, we will, try to organize, uh, uh, programs where the police, will have a full interaction with the people, and that's the major one I took from him in the entire speech here, which is very important. Having a community engagement, taking the police to the community, doing more radio jingles, drama. The police should be your friend. So when he spoke of, the next weeks to come, I think the IGs have yeah, getting the full understanding, and from his way of speaking, of engaging the situation. If you listen to the IG the way, so you can sense that type of disappointment, and a little bit downhearted about it, that situation, how the police and citizens keep being into fight, It's not just one, it's not just two. It just happening back to back. Few weeks ago or a week ago, they just buried a police officer. After and after being allegedly hit by a taxi driver, and they lost a police officer. Today, that case is currently at the court, and the police again. A few days ago, again, we saw them on the internet with this power theft issue. We saw them and the women. They were all into fight. IG again. So just yesterday, the see the situation where three of his men, being stabbed, and the fellow, the suspect also lost his life. So you can see that type of frustration, disappointment, and then what he talked about. Police will start enforcing engagement, start engaging the citizen. So I think they have to do more when it comes to publicity. Meeting the communities, people, Jinkos, drama, to tell the people, how to respect the police, and also the police professional roles they will be playing, among the citizen.
Okay. Thank you, Ansu. And yeah, thanks for playing the recording. I know most of our follower, most of the people who are viewing tonight, they could not see the press conference. Even if some of them saw it, for me, I want to come from a different. I want to come with my different view. The first
Hmm.
thing is that it's a sad day for Liberia. It's a very sad day for the entire country. The fact that a young man's life was taken,
Hmm.
is a very sad day. The issue of death should not be the way our police force should resort in Liberia. And we want to extend our sympathy to the family on behalf of the CMC. We want to extend our sympathy to the family, and we pray that they will be very strong. And again, it's also like a sad time. Like I said, it's a sad time also for our country, because you have three police officers who got wounded in the process. And we also want to say we are in prayer with them, and all the police who is in critical condition. We pray that he will recover from there so he can go back on duty. I don't think any police officer should be hurt on duty, especially in discharge of their function. I think it's not a good sign for us as a country, and we hope and pray that the citizen will establish smooth relationship with the police to ensure that the security sectors in Liberia is well respected, like what we see in other countries. But Ansu and Henry, this is my opinion on this. After we have realized that this is a sad day for Liberia, for me, I want to believe that the reason why some of these things are happening, the consistent fight between the police and the ordinary citizen, and why we saw the taking away of a policeman life, the power theft issues where the police and the girl was fighting. He took off the girl clothes and all of that, and a situation where police always having consistent fight with citizens. I think it should not be like that. There shouldn't be no space in our country where the security apparatus will come down with face fight to a citizen. Now, but I think what is contributing to this is when the police is not, an independent security sector. A police When the police is not being used as an institution to execute political or to accomplish political, goals and all of that. We saw how the police have been used in Liberia. And I believe if the IG of police is right on his statement, is he frustrated with the way things are going, is not satisfied with ordinary Liberian fighting with the police, I believe that the best thing to be done at this time, the police need to be independent. The police need to be an independent institution where their main focus will be protecting lives and property instead of being allowed to be used by politicians. We saw what happened in the Capitol building during the impasse at the Capitol building. We saw how the police was used. We have been following consistently how the police have been used to accomplish political goals in Liberia. So when you go to political, when you present yourself as a security apparatus, when you present yourself outside there as a politician, and people will have that different stand about your function. People will not trust what you do. People will not respect you because of the fact that, you know, your institution have been turned into a political institution. I think the police should be an independent institution to be focused more on protecting lives and property in the country. But also there are a few more things that are not clear about this whole RG press statement. The first thing is that Ansu, if you saw the body of the guy, you saw that the guy is still in handcuff. Okay, and if you watch the video, the issue that led to the wounding of police officer, it happened prior to what we saw another officer instructing the guy who shoot the gun, telling him shoot him, shoot him. And the round that was collected on the scene, there were 8 gunshots, 8 different gunshots. So the police RG need to come back to us and clarify to the population, to the Liberian people. I think they owe that to the Liberian people. Let them come out and clarify at what point in time did the victim was handcuffed? Did the victim receive handcuffed from the police? And at what point in time was in shot? And at what point in time, you know, the Liberian people, let's say, what the Liberian people need to know about the situation. So I think there are a few other clarity. Number one, at what point in time they handcuffed the guy, the victim, and at what point in time did the police officer shoot the gun? So I think there was some reasonable force. There was some reasonable force that the police could have used, especially what I saw for myself in the video. Like I said, I don't support violence against our security apparatus in Liberia. I don't support that. I'm one person who believes that, you know, the Liberian people and the police people should have that smooth working relationship because those people are helping to protect lives and property. But, you know, there are a few other things to establish here. When the police received the call, what was really explained to the police force, the forces that went there? What was explained to them? On what condition did they go there? Whether, you know, they received the call that this guy is mentally unstable, because when you have been called upon as a security apparatus to go and intervene into a situation, there should be follow duty provided. If the guy is mentally unstable, there's a need that you go along with a psychologist. You know, somebody who's going to psychologize the mind, somebody who's going to cool the guy down in the situation. But the police are not trained to do these things. So at what point in time did they receive the call? What information was provided then? At what point in time did they handcuff the suspect? And at what point in time was he shot by the police officer? Because the guy is dead and he's lying down in a handcuff. Did they put the handcuff on him after the shooting or something like that? These are information we want to get clarity on. But at this point in time, the police the police RG information was not enough to clear the doubt of the Liberian people. I think he needs to come back and still provide more clarity as to at what point in time did they receive the call and all of that. And from information that we gather from reliable source, it was not even the family who invited the police. It was community dweller who began concern and invited the police on the situation of the guy. And when you watch the video, you saw that the guy was in his room, locked up. So there were a lot of means that the police could have used to cool him down and maybe arrest him and take him to the police station for investigation, instead of using excessive force where, you know, the guy was aggravated and at the end of the day he started retaliating and all of that. And what we saw today, I think, is another sad time for Liberia. It's a very sad time for our security system in Liberia. I believe that the police should be professional and there should be all sector that should be included within the Liberian National Police in terms of their training. They should also be trained as to how to do a comeback situation, because I think one of the things the police lack of in Liberia is how to do a comeback. They have not really been trained to do that. You can even see people can be having normal protests. The police will just go there and start, tear gassing people in a normal protest. Police will arrest people in Liberia after protests, after peaceful assembly where people going home now. Police will still go and arrest people. So they have to be trained as to how to do comeback, and they also have to be, there are other sectors that should be included, like how to psychologize, and all of those things the police should be trained in order to stop this consistent fight between police and ordinary citizens and the taking away of lives of all the people. So I think it's a sad time for Liberia, and I think Gregory Cuomo should come back to the Liberian people and provide more clarity as to what time this guy was handcuffed. Because the guy Bali is still lying in handcuffed. The very same guy who said that that guy, wounded police officer and all of that. The guy is lying in handcuffed. At what point in time where the guy handcuffed and all of that? So there are still questions here that the IG still need to come back and provide clarity on. So that's my point on it.
So wait on the investigation from the police, as you said, Winston. Wait on the investigation to hear what's come out of the investigation, because there are so many. Like you said, if you follow the entire, incident from the shot, the videos or what, been training, it stated that we need more investigation to go on. How he got, on the cuff, how he managed to get cuff. When he cuff at the same time, engaging the police in the fight, what's happened there. And so there are a lot of things to be, the public still wait on. The public need to yell. The public need to yell what's going on. The public need to hear what's going on, and what's happening. Why would the police invited? What went wrong? So all these things but that's what we see. It's not just happening tonight. The police is going to having Canada night at the GFK for the three police officers there who are going to going through their treatment. One is on a critical condition. They are in prayer tonight. We saw the IG again with his team, with Canos. They are there tonight. So let's wait and see. We know that fresh developments. There'll be some fresh developments coming up from this story. Hopefully next week. I'm very I'm anticipating that as of next week, some fresh developments will start coming up. They will know exactly the actual truth what happened to what went wrong in in the scene called the Congo Town Bell with the victim and the police officers. So that's what we'll see after next week, my brother.
And Sue, I know you just spoke about the investigation. So I think it is about time to see how this police RG, Colonel Gregory Coleman, can call for an impartial investigation into this situation, because on his watch as the RG of police of the Republic of Liberia, there have been a lot of different confrontation between police and the immigration, police between the police and the army, between police and ordinary citizens, police and drivers, all of that. So I think Gregory needs to understand that at this point in time, it is about his leadership. It's about what is happening while he's the RG of police. This is about time that he called for an impartial investigation. Let the Liberian people get to understand the true cause of this whole thing. It should not be like the Capitol building situation where at the end of the day, people bringing evidences that are far beyond what some of these things. But also, I think we will just have to leave this police business. Let's go to major happenings, especially with the issue of the road connectivity, road network, and all of that. After the government promised the Liberian people that in 100 days, there will be no car hitching in the mud.
Our people are complaining already. Our people just started to complain. Feeder roads in the communities. Our community people complaining already. Wisdom. All the roads are all going back to the scene. The scene stage where it was before. And so nobody know what's the problem, because feeder roads, it help to minimize the traffic. When you have a very huge traffic, wisdom, the small roads, it help to cut down the traffic. So in recent time, there was a whole list popular names I saw from the Ministry of Public Works, battery factory, Carwell, some time, different communities name a call and say that they're going to start a road project. And I think that there's some road maintenance work there, but how long will it stay for? When you take the mud dike and go put it on road, at the end of it, we are into the rainy season already. As soon as the rain fall, it wash everything away. So all the feeder roads in the communities, again, it gone back to the same stage. We are now experiencing deployable roads in the various communities. For now, that's just what happening. Communities, so residents, people are complaining, people crying, our roads are bad, and there are a couple of roads which I know very, very bad. So, as I said, the public work ministry, the minister came up with a very long list. That was the beginning, between February to March. The communities will be tackling them. We'll start with the roads and things. Mama, one way to just put cement on some of the roads, do it like how the former president we had did a rehab area. It just just paved it with cement and connected all the roads there in the rehab area, all the feeder roads. He just connected them, open corridor for them. That just all. Then you take the mud there and the rain fall and the rain wash all the dikes and all the mud away, all the roads are open. This is Sano County again. People complaining a whole lot for the rural area about the roads condition. People complain now in Montserrat County. The same road condition, my brother. That's just what happened now when it comes to the roads issue.
Okay. Yeah, Ansu. So thank you. So one thing I have to say on this issue about the rules and the consistent use of drugs in Liberia. Ansu, they have a saying that says you can lie your way to power, but you cannot lie to maintain the power. This is where the Liberian people now need to understand that the whole thing about politician promises and all of that is a fiasco. Let us give our country to politicians who, are there living with us, doing the needful we want, while they are still out of power, like Honorable Musa Hassan Bedede is doing. And so this government, during the inaugural speech of President Joseph Yema Boakai, he promised the Liberian people two major things that I took from there. Number one, he said in 100 days, no car will hit him much in Liberia. That was the first thing he said. Secondly, in his second promise, he declared drugs as national, emergency. The use of drugs in Liberia as a national emergency. And he even said, as of now, with immediate effect, the testing process is going to start. Everybody going to do their tests to see whether, everybody going to do their tests to see whether, people still using drugs and all of that. And we have gone pretty close to 2 years now into this regime. And this is the condition of roads. These are the different conditions of roads in Liberia. At the end of the day, cars are getting sticky mud, motorcyclists stopping mud, marketeers, and there is no good road connectivity. So you can lie your way to power, but you cannot lie to maintain that power. After you have promised the Liberian people, after they have promised the Liberian people that, you know what, we're going to make sure that no car will hit in the mud. This is a clear evidence of what we are telling you today. A very clear evidence. You see now that many cars are in the mud from the southeastern region. You see that drugs is still in the country consistently. In fact, drugs are entering in the country more than before. So at the end of the day, you realize that those promising politicians, they will come and make big promises to you. At the end of the day, they will not lay up to their commitment. So it's a very sad time for Liberia. And this is what I want you to know as a Liberian. Honorable Musa Hassan Belite is going to reread all of those different challenges we are facing in Liberia. Go in district number 7 that Honorable Musa Hassan Belite is representing. Go there and see how all the town to market roads are connected, how those roads are built, how those roads are in public West Dinner. This is a clear sign of a young man who have dedicated his life to serving Liberians. He's not only serving his district, but he have gone across, helping Liberians in other counties, making sure that the daily needs of our people are met. This is what we call leadership. A leader who will start to tell you what he's going to do and start it at the time he's promising you. He's not making promises, but he's starting it and telling you that this is what I'm going to do more when I'm elected as president. But you have politicians around who are lying to the Liberian people. They lie their way to power. They say all kinds of things around here. At the end of the day, these are evidences of their field work. You see, farm to market roads are not connected. This is a major road in the southeastern region, connecting Sando with the rest of the other counties and connecting them to come to Monrovia, bringing their produce in the markets. At the end of the day, there are economic stoppages because they cannot have good roads to get to the market. They cannot bring their produce in the market. So this is a sad time for our people in Liberia. I think the issue of our road should not be the problem now in Liberia. When the government said that they are using 80 million to bring a yellow machine in the country, they paraded on the principal street of Monrovia, making the people to understand that they have already procured yellow machine and they are going to bring it into this country. No car will be hitched in the mud in 100 days. This is what we are getting as a country. At the end of the day, the government came by and told us all the promises they made about yellow machine coming in the country is a fiasco. This is what we're getting as a country. So it's a very sad time for us in Liberia. And we hope and pray that Liberians, electors, wheresoever we are, we will learn from what we are saying in Liberia. We will not go for politicians who will come and promise that if you elect me, I will use the taxpayer money to do this. But we will go for politicians who will start to do the needful for yourself while they are still asking you, in fact, 2, 3, 4 years to the election. That's why you call leadership. That's why you call an example of what somebody is going to do when they have been given the power to serve. So I'm just frustrated. I'm just frustrated, and I feel so sad for our people in Liberia, especially people from the southeast region. So I think this is just why it is, because this government.
In 90 days, no cow ish. We are 2 years. We still suffering. We are 2 years now. Sando County, we in the lead. Rescue team, we in the lead. In 2 years time. In 2 years time, no cow ish. We got everything in control.
And this is rescue projects. And so this is rescue project. These are some of their projects to show. And at the end of the day, what baffles me a lot is that this government knows that the need of the Liberian people is not being met under their regime. But at the end of the day, they will deprive the people of Liberia from having another person coming to do development for them. Like on Musa Hassan ability. Every time there's a consistent fight, whenever he want to build bridge for the people, the government will say, you know what, you got to seek permission. In fact, you're not being given permission to do this and do that. So this is a sad time. I think the essence of politics in Liberia is for us to be able to create safe environment for our electorates, to create safe environment for our people. But look at what is happening here today, Ansu. It's a sad time. Anyway, that's what I have to say. I think I will come back on that later.
Yes, I want to. Let's listen to the guy again.
Yes, in 90 days, no cow ish. We are 2 years. We still suffering. We are 2 years now. Sando County, we in the lead. Rescue team, we in the lead. In 2 years time. In 2 years time, no cow ish. We got everything in control.
That's it.
Yeah, so I think this is just about a government being irresponsible. This is just about a government being irresponsible. I just want to say something shortly, and then I think you can play the video again for proper digestion from our viewers. But this is about a government being very irresponsible, right? because I think this is a calculated plan. Because you see that when President Joseph Imon Boaga took power, their first concern was to complete the Bon County to Lufa County road, because the president from there and the president need to do development in a range. I think they think about completing that project to speed up the project so they can make sure that the people of Lufa County have access to good road. But you have good number of Liberians. Most of our produce we have in Liberia on the markets. Most of it coming from the southeast region, connecting to Nima County and all of that. And so I think something keep I think as I see there's some distraction there from your end. I don't know. All right. I think it's good now. So I think this is a real calculated plan of a government being very irresponsible to its citizens. So what the government is doing is a calculated plan. The fact that they didn't receive much vote from the southeast region, so they are abandoning the good number of Liberians, taxpayer from the southeast region, and all of that. They abandon all of them, and they are not just abandoning them, but they are lying to them right in their face. The government told us, we bringing yellow machine to the country. We spending 80 million. Yeah, we are spending 80 million to bring yellow machine in the country. We saw the photo of the yellow machine taking the whole internet, parading all around. At the end of the day, the yellow machine is not yet to be found. And this government is, the government can be blatantly lying in the face of the people that from Morovia now to all part of Southeast region, you can just take one day now to go and all of that. So this is frustrating. And this is not to the standard of the people. This is not, I believe that this is not the kind of life our people deserve. Our people deserve better. And this is why CMC is here. Honorable Musa Hassan Belite is willing to be engaged and make sure that the needs of our people are met, and making sure that the people live in good condition as a country, and as one of the oldest country on the continent of Africa.
Thank you so much, Winston. Thank you so much. All right, folks. So let's just run through our comment section for those of you who following the live, and that's for the reason we're comment quickly. Yeah, Musan and Faduana say hello, everyone. And Diana Cortex is watching for Canada. Oh, Managris, and I will watch you also following the show too. Wow. Then Ben that Tatos V Bala. Good morning, guys. I'm watching from
You muted, and so you are muted.
Thank you so much for being out tonight. Tatos say I'm also following the show too. Then Ben Zuo, me, I want to join you guys. So okay. Then Maurice Jai, I'm watching for on the CMC Conan in point forward, Johnson Morovia, Liberia. Thank you so much, Maurice. I'm gonna great say hello, guys. I'm watching from York, Pennsylvania. Okay, so I'm gonna great go at the diaspora church is also, and as we inform you guys, Mana Griggs and Dr. HSC and the rest of the diaspora U.S. team, they are currently heading to the airport to receive the political leader for the citizen movement for change. So it's the reason why they're not on tonight. Mr. Pitt is coming in the United States. And then I'll go to Paco King. He said, oh, good to be here again. And Kaya, he said, this government is very bad. Why? And Debbie Haven Kennedy, CMC all the way. Well, folks, while we go through our discussion, you can also place in your call. Calls on 0776-927-4772, and they have a say on our discussion today on the political laws. Truth FM 96.1 and other media online is carrying this program, the political laws tonight. 0776-927-4772. You can call and participate if you are listening and then you want to have your say on the program, you want to talk to us, call on 0776 927472. Wilson.
Yeah, and so before I come in with my point, I think you could also put up the WhatsApp number because people want to participate from the diaspora, so you could put up the WhatsApp number as well. So I was just saying that it is about time that Liberian people, especially the illiterate, it is about time that we learn for our own safety. It's about time that we learn for the well-being of our country and how we want our country to compete with all African countries. This whole thing about allowing this whole thing about allowing politicians to be using us to get what they want at the end of the day, and they not living up to their commitment or to their social responsibility, the promises they made to the electors and all of that. It is about time that we stand against it. We as a people, we have the power in our hands to choose whoever we want that we believe can move our country forward. This is why we are saying join us, join the CMC. We are all like-minded people on the CMC. We are all open to collaborations. We are open to accepting new people to join the CMC so we can change the lives of our people in Liberia. This is about time that we all understand that the living condition of our people is not what we want as a country. We have gone out there. We have understood how the war is running out there. But at the end of the day, one of the richest country in Africa by resources, which is Liberia, is still in this kind of condition where in this 21st century you will still see not having time to market road connectivity, not having good medical services to offer to the citizen, not having stable economy. All of the different sectors, educational system is not improving. Where you will see the issue of protestation is the order of the day in Liberia, only because the people are living in abject poverty. So this is about time that we understand that we all need to work together to change our country. Honorable Musa Hassan Beliti have said it clearly. He have set the record and make sure that the ballot politics of of Liberia have been shifted from mere promises from politicians to tangible bringing you to power. So it's about time that we look at the tangible, the love people have for the country, and the connection people have out there that they can use to shift the opportunity we want to see in Liberia, the connection they have to bring, the stability we want coming to our country, the connection they have to provide, to make sure that investors come into this country, Liberia, to provide opportunity for the Liberian people to get job to do. Liberia have about 5 point something million population as a country, and you have the kind of resources. It takes government with a responsible mind, government that believe in the ideology of the people, government who believe that the Liberian people lives will be changed to transform the life of Liberian, the lives of Liberian. I mean, so it's about time that we do away with this old politics, the two-party system, the other party being in power for some time. They change them to the other party and bring new face. And the new face that we want to see this coming time is CMC. Let the citizen movement for change be the best alternative for the Liberian people. So I believe that this is not only about the meshes, it's about the evidence the Liberian people are saying here. It's about the evidence, because CMC is not just sitting across the table. Just
Yeah.
do we have a
Let's
call?
get to the yeah. Let's talk to the caller. Morning. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Mikey be kind of phone. So go ahead. Let's say you're alive. Okay. Okay, my brother. Surely, which I will save your number. Which out do you, yeah? 07769274 72 0776 927472. The numbers for you to call. You listen to our discussion tonight. You can find the show. We'll have you on the Political Lounge. Yeah, on Truth FM 96.1 on 0776 9274 72. Yeah, we're saying go ahead.
Yeah. So while I'm about to speak, I will also appreciate you, putting up the number. You have all of people in the diaspora who are following, who may want to participate through WhatsApp and WhatsApp call and something like that. So you could also put out the WhatsApp number as well. So like I was saying, I think the Liberian people, they have understood that it is not about time now for empty promises. That's why you see wherever the political leader goes, there are huge welcoming ceremony. There are warm reception. It's not about what people think it is. It's about Liberian people understanding that for this country to be developed as a nation, it have to be above tribal line. It have to be above religion and all of that. The effort it takes for this country to develop, it takes collective effort from everyone, regardless of being Pele man, being Gio man, being Mano man, being Mandingo man. We are all from Liberia. We are all from Liberia. It's about all of us putting our efforts together to make sure that the lives of our people can be changed. So there's limited propaganda that people can be running with at time. This man is Muslim man and all of that. This is not about time. It is about time that we all stand beyond that to join forces together and see how we can move our country forward. We are all Liberians, regardless of our religion, regardless of our tribes, regardless of our our affiliation and all of that. It is about time that we stand above those things to build our country. This is why Honorable Musa Hassan Bedite have been calling on everybody. The doors are open. Our engagement in the diaspora community, we are consistent with our engagement in the diaspora community, making sure to mobilize Liberians in the diaspora and to speak to their brothers and sisters back home in Liberia to understand that this is about time that we give CMC the chance to change the lives of our people. So wherever you are listening to us this morning, whatever means you are using this morning to listen to us, we want to conscientize you this morning. Our mothers, our fathers, our brothers, our sisters, let this be a clear sign to us that CMC is going to change this country if given a chance 2029. This is what we are starting, and this is what we will keep doing in the interest of our people. Our mothers out there, our fathers out there, it is about time that you join us to make sure that the future of your children is built, or the future of your children are built. Because if you have a responsible government that provides safe environments, that provide good educational services, that provide good healthcare services, government that makes sure that the needs of the people are well taken care of, you will have a safe environment for all of us. You will have your children getting the best of education. You will have your children living in a very decent and civilized society. You don't want to have your children living in a society where every day there is a protestation. There is protest, there is protestation, there is police brutality. Every day there is, corruption, government officials not being accountable for their actions and all of that. So I think with the effort from you and with the effort from us, with the way the diaspora community is coming together, if the Liberian people can stand with us, we're going to rewrite the history of Liberia. We're going to change our country. We're going to make our country to be improved in all other sectors. This is what the CMC is committed to. So Amsu, I would love you to bring out to speed as to what time we have right now, so we can know
Yes.
how.
So yes, yeah. We are already into our wrapping up segment already. Yeah. So we still wait on the callers, but yeah, maybe we have other things I want to touch before we wrap up. You can just go ahead. If nothing much, then we appreciate the team again, Madam Grace and Dr. Richardson. As I said, we are no we wait on to get all the videos, photos, and follow the podcast live from the political leader engagement there in the United States. So nothing much for your end. I think we can just wrap up from this end.
Yeah, so it was actually promising tonight, and thanks to all those who watched along with us tonight, all those who took their precious time to listen to us. It shows your commitment. It shows how willing you are, how you want to join this movement to change the lives of our people. We believe that everyone's efforts will be count. No one will be left out in this movement, and no one will be no one will be left out in terms of building our country. Regardless of your position, whether you are opposition, you are in position, you are no position, it is about time that we all fix our country together. So we want to say the CMC is here with a clear agenda, clear and productive agenda to change the lives of our Liberian people. Thanks for watching tonight, and thanks for listening to us via the radio. We want to say this is another segment. Our team will be here tomorrow, and next Monday, we will be here as well to keep resonating the message with you. We appreciate you for following tonight. And from my end, my name is Winston Cooper, and I want to say thank you for following. And good night from my end, Ansu. And thanks for being there in studio, you and Heron, to coordinate the show. I know the timing library right now is 1:16, and to my end is 3:16 as well. So it has been a wonderful time. The sacrifices, the energy, everything tells that we're willing to change our country, and we're going to change this together. We're going to change it together with the effort of the Liberian people giving us the presidency 2029. Thank you.
Great, Winston. Great having you on tonight. Folks, so as I said, we're into the next morning already, but we'll be back here again on Friday edition of for the Political Lounge, on Truth FM 96.1. And we'll have live again to discuss today on the Friday edition. And normally we do a giveaway every Friday to our people. For those of you who normally participate on the show, we make sure we bless you on the weekend with your card. So we hope the team will be here tomorrow again to appreciate you for being part of the Political Lodge from Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We join our Madam Grace and Tata Richardson tomorrow or today, because you are in the next minute already, for the Friday edition of the show. So Madam Grace and Dr. Richardson, we hope we hope for them to be with us today. As I said, they are going at the airport and in the US to receive the CMC political leader Musa Hassan Bedede. Thanks to hearing, folks. Have yourself a wonderful night.